For hunters and domestic avian owners, a heads up. The Idaho Department of Fish and Game reported a mass die-off of birds in Idaho due to the avian influenza.
Hometown reporter Ryan Hill spoke with officials about what they are seeing and how you can prevent the spread.
We recently detected an outbreak of avian flu in southwestern Idaho, primarily along the Snake River.
The outbreak resulted in the deaths of thousands of snow geese in that area. Mike McDonald, the regional wildlife manager for Idaho Fish and Game, says the agency hasn't seen anything else at the same magnitude as the geese.
I will also tell you that most of the geese that they're dealing with picking up and removing from the landscape are juvenile geese, presumably geese that do not have any natural antibodies to this virus.
McDonald says while the Fish and Game has received calls locally over dead birds, it's not necessarily tied to the bird flu. The death could be attributed to what the bird ate or they ran into a window. However, it is important to recognize the signs of bird flu if you suspect a bird in the wild could be infected.
The bird's going to be lethargic, kind of unaware. You approach it, it doesn't flee, doesn't fly, doesn't run.
McDonald cautions that wild birds can be asymptomatic, where they are carriers of the virus but don't show any symptoms. He adds it's important to take precautions to prevent the virus from spreading, especially if you are a hunter. This can include wearing a mask and gloves.
If you happen to be a waterfowl hunter that has domestic fowl at home, do your processing off-site. Double bag it all, throw it away, throw away the gloves, wash yourself up before you then interact with your domestic fowl.
The state veterinarian with the Idaho Department of Agriculture says cases involving domesticated birds like chickens are rising in Idaho, with at least 4 detections in the last 2 weeks. Dr. Scott Libesley points out owners need to exercise precautions as avian flu can quickly kill large flocks of chickens and turkeys overnight if they are exposed. He recommends limiting contact with wild geese and ducks, but adopting proper biosecurity precautions can also help.
So that's as easy as washing your hands, scrubbing your boots after you come in contact with your own birds. I would also recommend that they have dedicated farm clothes. So don't wear your street clothes to interact with the birds, and don't take your farm clothes off the property.
If you suspect any of your birds are infected, call the Department of Agriculture. If you suspect a bird in the wild is infected, call the Department of Fish and Game. In Jerome, Ryan Hill, KMVT News.